So hello and welcome to Mixologist, the place on the internet thingy where we find out the things we don't really want to find out. Case in point, this unit here, this is a kind of completely unknown Holley double bumper carb that I went on the internet and made a purchase. Probably shouldn't have, I'm an idiot, I'm a sucker for this sort of stuff. Anyway, and in this first kind of segment, what we're going to do is we're going to try and identify just how many issues we have, and this is exactly the condition the carb came to me. I haven't touched anything, I haven't disassembled anything. I've just literally how it came out of the box. But boy, we've got some issues. So let me bring you a bit closer and we'll start kind of going through what the issues are. Okay, so straight away, we've got the issue that if you see here and this kind of threaded bit there, the bowls are wrong. So this should be the secondary bowl and should go here, and this should be the primary bowl and should go here. Okay, because why? Remember that in a Holley double bumper you have got kind of the two pumps, hence the double bumper. Haha. Now, problem with it, no, so this is not necessarily kind of a problem. Somebody kind of swapped the bowls over. And the thing is that because the fuel feed should really be on the other side in double pumpers, because if not, the fuel feed will interfere with all the kind of linkage for the throttle. So that's not ideal. But there's more. So if you look here, this little bit here and this little bit here, this is a primary fuel bowl for something, because if you look here on the primary side, you've got another ported vacuum outlet, which kind of they should have only one. The secondary metering block generally does not have a provision for ported vacuum. So this tells me that there's some kind of shenanigans going on here, and so I need to kind of disassemble the carb to see, you know, what's going on, because there's somebody might have wanted to do like a poor man's, you know, four corner idle carb by putting another kind of primary metering block in there, which is not the ideal. Obviously, let's go down to some issues, other issues. Obviously, as you can see, there is no needle and seat assembly here or here. Obviously, I haven't disassembled the bolts, so I don't know if they are complete or not. There is the button there. It's missing here. Obviously, we got the squirter missing there, and I don't know if you can see it there, but we got airage all the way through there. So that's no bueno. We're gonna have to do some kind of remedial work in there, because while it has a thread for the air cleaner, kind of, if you're not careful, you can generate a vacuum leak by having it that way. So this is not particularly great. So now that our expectations are suitably low, let's disassemble this unit to see what we're working with. Okay, so evidently I was right when I set my expectations down to low. Because obviously I knew we were gonna find more issues, but this is kind of quite bad. So I'm gonna have to bring you a bit closer. In no particular order, this was the secondary base plate, as you can see, and it has only one jet, so no power valve at all. Thank you. Great, that's gonna work. But it gets better, because this is the primary power valve, and this is actually a double pumper primary plate, metering block, sorry, because it has this this kind of vent tube, but obviously no jets whatsoever. Great, thanks. But check this out, look at the state of this. So this is the screw inside there. It's gonna be like completely mangled. This is absolutely horrendous. I've never seen kind of stuff like this. You know, guys, please, it's not that difficult screwing in a power valve, for crying out loud. Just do me a favor. Anyway, so this was the primary, the primary fuel ball. That was in the secondary. It was incorrect anyway. So this one kind of came without a float, just like that. So great, you need to add that. Not that the float in the primary is particularly great. Look at the corrosion. Look at the corrosion in there. But anyway, at least it's there. And this needs kind of resetting, because look, it's kind of coming off. So that's nice. The slightly better news is that the base plate is absolutely it's right on. It's in good condition. I mean, obviously the plates are going to need kind of replating, but other than that, I think we should be golden here. So let's try carry on working with this and see if we can make some sense of this unit. Okay, so one task we need to undertake now is to, well, find out and explore what sort of capacity do we have on this Holley double pumper unit. And the reason why I say this is because sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to kind of tell them apart. But I've got a couple of tips that might help you, you know, if you are unsure if your carb is a 650 or a 750. So I'll give you two different ways of doing it. Okay, so first of all, a telltale, this is a 650 body that I've got kind of in the shop, kind of just lying around, so to speak. But a telltale of the 650s is this chamfer here, because remember, 650s are essentially a 600 body with a 750 base plate. So they have this chamfer here to be able to accept the 750 throttles, and also, as you're gonna see, if you get one of these, what you do is you gonna put them so that it just about goes through. So you take the internal diameter, the measurement here, and then so in my base plate, in my body, the double pumper body, as you can see, there is no chamfer. There is no chamfer here at all. So that would indicate that it's a 750. And if I put this here, that it's the internal diameter, you can see there that this is much larger. Yeah. So this confirms beyond reasonable doubt that this is a 750 unit. So what I need to do now is what I want to do. So I'm gonna want to tidy up a little bit here and here, because you know this is kind of a bit not very good. So I want to kind of tidy it up a bit and, you know, grind it kind of equal, so that it looks a little bit kind of easier on the eye. Okay, and here's where we come to the kind of title of the video, if you want, which is how to do a four corner idle conversion the correct way, and not the way this carbs came here. So quick recap, what is four corner idle? It's very simple. In Holley carbs, kind of the kind of 4-barrel carbs, generally what you've got is you've got your kind of metering plate in the primary that provides all of your idle fuel, yeah, and that's it. You get kind of 2 screws that you need to adjust, and that's all you get. However, there is another option, which is, well, what I'm going to do here, which is 4-corner idle, which means it's a secondary metering block with another idle circuit as well. Yeah, so basically how this carb can be regulated, you can regulate from here or from both, kind of indistinctly, really. And that's kind of what's good for tunability, that some people, especially engines that are very highly tuned, might need kind of a lot of idle fueling. And so that's the reason why this is done. However, it's not as simple as just banging on another metering block that has idle that has an idle circuit. That's not how it works. So let's see all the modifications you need to do in order to make this happen. Okay, so there are three modifications you need to do to the base plate. Number one, what you need to do is you need to plug this channel so that you create 2 independent channels in here. So that's number one. Number two, the base plates come with these little holes here. Hopefully you can see them like that. That basically communicate with the transfer slot. You need to plug those holes. Yep, so these are no longer operational here and here, and you need to create 2 new holes here and here, which correspond to the idle channel here and here. So that is the right way of doing it, because this way you're gonna have an idle circuit that basically goes here and is controlled from the primary side, and another idle circuit here which is controlled from the secondary side, and the 2 are independent from each other. And that is what you want. That is the right way of doing it. Yeah. And the other thing, but again, this is merely a detail. I'll show you a bit some work that was done to the to the main body, because you remember kind of the things in here, they had this channel and in here they didn't. So what I did is I kind of try to equalize both. And what you need to do in these things is eliminate any sharp edges. So you basically need to run your finger like this, and you don't have to get any cut or anything. So now this body is absolutely ready for reassembly, yeah, because we have got our base plate, which by the way returns really well. I'll show you one further detail on the base plate, which is the linkage, and also again this is detail, because I'm going to use a power valve plug on the secondary to do the carb. Basically what I had to do, because there was some interference between the power valve plug and the body here, what I had to do is I had to cut a little relief here, and that means that the metering block is sitting flush with the body. That's quite important. So now we are ready to go, and as you can see, this one has the kind of idle circuit in here. So what I need to do now is I need to start building the fuel bowls and all the rest of the things, and I'll show you properly once I've got all that stuff ready. Okay, so I think now I'm at a stage where I've got like all these sub-assemblies for this carb, dialed in. So the only thing that remains now is to do the construction. I'm going to show you a couple of things before I carry on. Just a couple of things around the double pumper. First off is when you do the base plate, sometimes you need to, double pumpers, you need to bend this a little bit. That is so that you can get like so full throttle on both sides, and that's quite important. Look at the return in this thing, absolutely beautiful. Another thing that I did in this unit is I put a 50cc accelerator pump on the secondary, and because I think that's the standard one. And also, as I always said, I looked at the manual, and And again, I'm getting a 750 CFM assembly for a 4150 carb, so that's a double pumper. So I'm doing 70 main jet on the primary, 80 on the secondary, and the squirters that were missing, there were 28 on the primary and 31 on the secondary. So, and obviously 30cc pump in the primary and 50cc pump in the secondary. So that's the way this unit is going to be kind of reconstructed with those parameters. Again, it's very important to check the manual, what you're doing, just so that you can, you know, get it right, or at least get a baseline right for the carb setup. Then you can tune here and there, but it's very important to, you know, get a baseline. Okay, so finally, I think we got the win on this quite frankly damaged Holley double pumper that, I don't know, for a DIY person probably it wasn't an economical job, but I've got spare parts and kind of tools in order to, you know, make it good. So I think for me it was just about worth its while. And I have to say, I do have a very soft spot for the Holley double pumper. I love this unit, so I'm quite happy that I could, you know, get this unit to, you know, be able to live again, and for it to be used, you know, raised, and, you know, for somebody to enjoy it basically. So I'll show you very quickly, you know, what's the final condition of the unit. So I had to work a little bit on the accelerator pump here and here. But basically, the new hardware also makes it look a little bit, you know, better than it was, and also the smoothing out of the Venturas here would probably make this unit look, you know, a little bit better than normal. So there we go. It's a carb that's ready to, you know, hit the racetrack and hopefully bring satisfaction to somebody, to a hot rodder out there. So I want to say thank you very much for watching this episode. Another successful carb, you know, rescued from the scrap heap. And there's more to come in the following weeks. I've got a succession of projects that I'm doing, so there's plenty more content coming your way. So if you've got any questions, please put it down in the comments, and if not, I will see you on the next episode. Bye.